Hello, everyone. This is the first guy. Ignore the Twitch chat. Ignore the Twitch chat saying take two. I did not do anything wrong. I am totally normal. I'm a great streamer. Okay, I didn't. Everything's fine. This is my first crack at recording a video on this channel, jelking it uncut. Hello, everyone. This is my first video on the VOD channel, and we're reviewing Mono Green 6 for Bad here. Bad Bros. If you want a deck review, check out the description of this video, and yeah, let's get going. Bad says, I'm still pretty inexperienced when it comes to deck building, and this is my attempt to make a consistent green deck that plays around bracket 3. Goal is to have generically good graveyard-based green deck that consistently prevents a board presence, isn't super reliant on the commander, but is able to interact with the table a bit. No restrictions, I've got a printer and access to proxies. And lastly, I'm looking for more expert advice. You're not getting it here, pal. You can get some like really niche, like goofball advice, but expert advice, oh my god. Because all of the decks I've built so far have been fragile and kind of uninteractive. Some pointers on more diverse ways to end a game in green would be a bit good too. Okay, great. I can help you out so much here, it's unreal. First things first, I do think we have too many lands. We got a bit overboard. I know we're like slightly, like maybe lanes focused. Not even particularly. We have Scape Shift, which like, I don't even necessarily know if we want to do like Scoot Swarm stuff. And here's Scoot Swarm. Like, it is a landfall deck, right? It was more than 44 lands, Thunder, but before I started cutting them. I think let's slow our roll. Do we... first things first. Bad. Do you want to go tall or do you want to go wide? This is the major question I need to ask before we kind of get into the meat here. Escape ship with no... We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Possibly, probably wide. Okay, I need you to have a little bit more faith in yourself, Bad. What do you like in this game? Probably, maybe I'd want to go wide. Like, come on. What do we want to do? Do we want to do lands? We can do lands. So wide. Okay, great. We're going wide. Locked in. We're going wide. Now, that makes me a little bit wary of, like, Woodfall Primus. Famished World Sire's fine. Greater Behemoth is a little... It can steal the spotlight a little bit. Cultivator Colossus is hilarious. Notably, though, Cultivator Colossus is in, and we do not have an abundance. So we have abundance here. If you draw a card, you may instead choose land or non-land and reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal a card of the chosen kind. Put that card into your hand and the rest on the bottom. So with Cultivator, you name land every single time, right? You go land into play, draw a new card, replace that instance with finding a land, and then you go ding, 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 right? Yeah, no, I'll add more lands back, but here's the thing. We're going to have to start here. We're starting here. Only 3 forests. This is because of Field of the Dead. I imagine you have some stuff that cares about basics, so we're actually going to have a number of snow-covered forests that matter, right, for Field. Because you have to have different land names for Field of the Dead, and forest and snow-covered forests do have different names. So then we're going to go through all of the green cards that tap for green. So this is going to be Pendle Haven. Dryad Arbor plus Green Suns auto-include. You are an idiot, I'm sorry to say. I hate Dryad Arbor. Cannot stand it. It's gotten a little bit better with Badgermole Cub, but most decks should not be running Dryad Arbor in Commander. Just like, it's way less consistent, the Green Suns combo in a 100 card deck. Very just not a fan of it. Because if your land drop for turn is Dryad Arbor, if you draw the Dryad Arbor, it's awful. It's horrific. It's a little bit better with 6. It's literally better than Llanowar. Magic players don't use literally better, like strictly better. Like it's insane. It could be worse. Yes, exactly. The floor is so detrimentally lower that I would never, ever, ever call it better than Llanowars. Ever. Would you run Dryad Arbor and Raga Draga? Maybe. I'd consider it. Yeah, Llanowar doesn't take your land drop. Exactly. Like, it only doesn't take your land drop if you draw the Green Sun Zenith. If you draw this half, you're happy. If you draw the other half, if you draw the Dryad, you drew patches. It's horrific. Awful, awful, awful play pattern. Anyway, Pendelhaven. Let's add the green lands in, chat. Okay, I already added Pendelhaven. It's Okina Temple to the Grandfathers. That's the other green land that just taps for green without any restriction. There's a lot more. I'm actually just going to pop open my Cure deck, which is a mono green deck that does run Field of the Dead. So we're going to look at this list, and we might actually up the land count again, just because Boseiju. Of course, Boseiju. How can I forget? Boseiju who endures. Yeah, Command Tower is in Cura. Oh, Boseiju was already in. My fault. We have Argoth, which I'm actually rather a fan of. Snow Covered Waste. That doesn't tap for green. Argoth, Sanctum of Nature. We could do Fabled Passage. Would we want to run Dark Depths? I know we're going wide. Vesuva, just to copy Field. Yavimaya. We can have one off-color fetch land as a treat. Tree of Tales. I do love Tree of Tales. What I like about Tree of Tales a lot is it has a second card type. So even though it can get Vandal Blasted, you're hyper ramping your green. And Tree of Tales contributes to Delirium, which is the main thing I love about it. I do like Pit of Offerings. Makes your land abilities more easy to activate. Maybe not Lazotep Quarry. We could do Fabled Passage. Talon Gates. Yeah, Castle Garenbrig would be very good. Drop. Rotation. Okay, so we're now at 4 Game Changers, so probably cut Worldly. One Ring. Like, One Ring's broken. I just don't know if it's the right Game Changer for this situation. Like, it's broken to loop it with 6. You could do, like, if you want to keep the One Ring, you'd want to add, like, Mirrodin's Core. Or Phyrexia's Core. Sacrifice an artifact, you gain 1 life. So what you do is you go dink dink, sack the One Ring, and then you can replay the One Ring by discarding a land card. And then just fog a loop forever. Yeah, Bossing Say works. Yeah, Prismatic Vista. And then Fabled. Fabled Patch is already in. We're good. Hidden Nursery, I'm not a big fan of. Sunken Citadel. That's what I meant when I said makes your land abilities easier to activate. Not Pit of Offerings. Pit of Offerings is graveyard hate. Far Wanderings card. No. We only have so many basics, is the only issue. Lair the Hydra. Lair the Hydra is a very good one. I don't like to go too hard on off-color fetches. Like, I think Verdant Catacombs is a fine one to be doing. Urza's Cave. While we're here, I think I will just cut, like, Elvish Mystic for a Elvish Reclaimer. Just having, like, a crop rotation on a stick is really nice. Off-color fetches are ugly looking, though. Okay, Hybrid Mana Denier. We can go Petrified Field. Echoing Deeps. What the hell does Mirrodin's Core do again? Is this also second artifact? Nope. Urza Saga. Urza Saga would be good, yeah. Ashaya. We could do Ashaya combos. I think Ashaya combos are a little too fast for bracket 3 generally. Though is the only thing. We could do Lotus Field Aftermath Analyst loops. Like, let's add Zurin Orb. I think the Zorb is really good. And then we can go... Evandu? Yeah, sure, we can do Evandu. I do think Guy's Cradle is way too much for bracket 3, generally. Not a big fan of Kodama's Reach. Blair, I'm a little more partial to. Cultivate Out. Mulch. In a world with Malevolent Rumble, I don't know if I like Mulch as much. I feel like I know only 5% of these lands. Great news. I know all of these, so during the playtest, we're going to get a lot of previewing of it. Dear Alpha. Their alphabet, rather. Greater Good, we're not really going tall. That has me a bit worried about its capability. Although discarding is not bad with the commander. Not a big fan of World Shaper. It's a bit too slow. Will of the Abzan is probably going to be what you're looking for a little bit more. Or of the Sultai, rather. Target player mills 3 cards, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, and then you can put X plus 1 counters on target creature, where X is the number of lands you control against trample until end of turn. Nilantiv. Thank you for the tier 1. Okay. So we need more lands. Let's probably add one more snow-covered forest. Reverse the Ulvenwald. Right. Very good card to have kicking around. Sylvan Safekeeper, right? Another land sack outlet. This one you can get off of a Green Sun Zenith. Open the way. I'm not really feeling any of those necessarily. I kind of want to get more artifacts in the deck. Let's focus still on lands. We can do like Havenwood Battleground, I think is the name of the card. Yeah, Havenwood Battleground. Comes into play tapped. And then you can sack it to add a green or sack it to add 2 green. Demolition Field. I like that suggestion. Dryad Arbor? No. We talked about why Dryad Arbor is awful. Shire's very good. Sapseep Forest always enters tap, though, right? Like, no way. No. Darksteel Citadel? No. Thespian Stage? Maybe. Deserted Temple? Maybe. Like, when it comes to colorless utility lands, like Scavenger Grounds. At 3/3 Elk, Sylvan Tutor. No. Like, I'd rather just have a Scav Grounds. Plaza of Heroes. Yeah, sure. We can run Abstergo too. Maze of Ith, that doesn't tap for mana. All right, so Abstergo Entertainment in Balagad Recovery. Of course. Let's add the MDFCs. I'm a fool. Okay, so Command Beacon. No, I hate Command Beacon in this deck. So Green Sun. We have Yavimaya. Yeah. So you want to waste the land tutor on Yavimaya when you draw the Maze of Ith? Like, hell no. So here we go. MDFCs aren't good with 6. Okay, that's fine. You can still play them as your land drop. We still have 39 lands in the deck. Like, we're doing okay. Traverse the Uvenwald is a land as well. So, Maze is not a land slot, is what I'm saying. Sure. But talk about Traverse. What's the minimum viable land count for like bracket 4 deck? For a high ramp bracket 4 deck? It depends how much you care about lands. I don't know the context of your deck. I'm so sorry. I just, it's impossible to answer your question. Anyway, Traverse. Finally, let me talk about my card here. If there are 4 more card types when cards in your graveyard, you may search instead of a basic land. You can get a creature or land card. Any creature or land you want. And just put it directly into your hand, which is like insane, of course. So we have 3 more additions we can get to. And I think what that's going to look like is something like a heroic intervention. Something like a heroic intervention. God, they need to print this shit in universe soon. Hashtag Oasis? No, we're not, but we should. Ashep. There's no T. All is dust for a board wipe. Nah, I'm good. The zombies aren't colorless. Everything in our deck isn't colorless besides our lands. Like, I'm not into it. They need a prop 1 in universe. Heroic intervention, if you're looking at your screen. Sorry, I'm so catty today. I have such horrible sleep last night. Sylvan Safekeeper, it's already in. Selective Obliteration. No, I don't think we need a board wipe, guys. Like, we can kind of just like loop a fog creature like a Spore Frog. Like, I think Spore Frog's just the final inclusion. Let's play test. Draw. Dink. Or let's go dink. Okay, we have the combo already. 6. Let's not go for it right away. Whatever. Let's just play it. It's the One Ring. Draw a card. Next turn. Draw 2 cards. Green. Fintorn Elves. Mesmeric Orb, and then let's not tap out of Yavimaya. Or Beseju, rather. And then this turn you go land drop Yavimaya. Tap Phyrexia's Core, sack the One Ring. Discard a land card, play the One Ring. Tap, draw a card. Well, we would have drawn 3 before that. And then you play Zern Orb out from your hand. Great. And then here you have a evil fucking loop with Phyrexia's Core sacking the One Ring. And it gains you the 1 life that you lost off the One Ring for drawing a card that turn. And then you get the protection every single turn because you're casting the One Ring every single time. Like, this is evil and fucked up and nasty. So this is evil messed up. What's your favorite who's your favorite planeswalker? Evil jewelry. That's what Lord of the Rings is all about, baby. Favorite planeswalker. I am actually partial to Ren and Ren. Like, Ren's fucking awesome. Ren is like the best designed planeswalker. Not like in terms of power, like the card. I mean in terms of like art direction. Like Dryad being fused with the tree is badass. Not a Johnny or Quintorius. Like, they're fine. I definitely in the upper end. But like Ren is like such a cool design. Grist is also really cool for sure. Yeah, I don't know if I like Concordant. Exploration, Utopia, Sprawl, Wild Growth. Hopefully with Arbor Elf. We don't have Arbor Elf and you're running land enchantments? What planet are you from? Untap target forest. You Utopia, Sprawl, or Wild Growth onto that forest. Like, come on. It's broken. I'm going to take out Flare. And instead, we're going to run Overgrowth. This is a 3-mana enchantment that ramps a land for 2. And you can untap that land with Arbor Elf. At this point, I will now add Isolated Temple. Desolate Temple. Untap target land. Type land. Deserted Temple. There we go. We got it. Yeah, Grist is a she. Think about it. She's an insect and she leads a swarm of bugs. What flavor of insect typically does that? It's typically a female, right? Like Queen of the Hive, and then like for like bees or like ants, like, you know, they're all females that lead those. All right, I think, yeah, with Abstergo Entertainment and with not a lot of desert synergy, I think Scav Grounds can come out. Okay, so I think this is about like good to go. So you do have a couple new combos in your deck that I guess I'll gloss, or not gloss over. That means to skip over them. Mention really quickly. So here are the land combos. Amulet. Aftermath Analyst. Shifting Woodland with Delirium. Lotus Field. Oh, I didn't put Lotus Field in. We should put Lotus Field in. Probably slightly. Sunken Citadel's really good. Let's get the demo field. I think we have Beseju, which should be fine. Okay, sorry. Back on topic. So it's Lotus Field. It's the classic Titan loop. Aftermath Analyst. Amulet. Forest. Like, it doesn't matter what the other 2 lands are. So these lands are... Oh, wait, no, it does matter what 2 other lands you have. It needs to be Shifting Woodland. So with Amulet of Vigor, Lotus Field, Shifting Woodland, and Aftermath Analyst, the loop is these come like you have 1 other land. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't work because you need to sack 2 lands. Anyway, Lotus Field's in play. These make 4 mana together. This activated ability is 4 mana, and it mills 3 cards. So what happens is, oh wait, no, because it doesn't enter. So you sack Lotus Field to itself and Shifting Woodlands to itself after you tap them for mana. You then use that mana to sack Aftermath Analyst. Lotus Field, Shifting Woodland comes back. You can then tap these for 4 mana. This is now an Aftermath Analyst. Hooray. Right. So you would actually need Zurin Orb in this deck because this isn't Titan. You can't have 2 Lotus Fields, which is sad. But here you go. Vasuba doesn't work because this enters at the same time, by the way, chap. Let me preempt you there. These are entering at the same time, so yeah, you can sack them on DTB. And you can also sack them to Zurin Orb. So you sack all your lands to Zurin Orb, including the Shifting Woodland. And then you can, you can do the loop here, where you sack all your lands. This is infinite life, infinite mana. And of course, Zurin Orb, Amulet of Vigor are both tutorable off Urza Saga. But you sack them on ETB. When it enters, sack 2 lands. Yeah. Amulet of Vigor untaps them. What are you missing here, Donkey Juice? Elk, if you got to hijack the podcast for a full episode, what propaganda do you feed us? Well, besides the fact that a lot of the podcast topics are my ideas, like probably 1/3. Like I think Snail comes up with a solid third. Khan probably comes up with the most, actually. So it's probably more like 20, 60. But so not considering the fact that I just come up with podcast episodes pretty regularly. The other thing is like, I already did that. It's the Cube episode. The Cube episode with Rachel Weeks and Snail while Trinket was out of town. Like, I wouldn't even make a Commander podcast. It would be Cube. Anyway, I think this is very good to go. You have infinite landfall combos to like beat infinite life and stuff. You can infinitely loop the One Ring. Like this deck's evil and fucked up now. What was your most recent podcast idea you came up with? The next podcast is going to be one that I came up with. So keep your eyes out for that. But ones that's been published. Let's look. Talking about combos. What 2-card combos are okay in bracket 3? That was my idea. The one before that was Trinket Mage. What next one after that was a group effort. We were like, well, kind of just agreed on that one. One after that was me. And then the Forest Demel collab. Typically when there's a person that's on the podcast, I was the one who recruited them onto the podcast. Anyway, that's the end of the deck video. Stop recording. Thank you for watching this disjointed VOD. Feel free to leave feedback in the comments, as well as talk about Six.